right. What's going on, y'all? So I'm here to talk about the Hustlers Ball, the fourth installment, the last Kiki Ball on Earth. It is happening Saturday, August 16th, here in Dallas, Texas. Yes, we got DJ, a legendary DJ Akasha. Tim's on the mic. Boy's on the mic. I'm actually really excited about that. Get some new blood, young blood on the mic, and maybe just really have a good time. So I'm just here to go over the categories really quickly. I don't want to make this live really long at all. If y'all have any questions, add them in the queue too, or add them in the comments. I will try to answer them as well. Okay. I'm gonna just go down the event page as far as the categories go. So for open to all face, that's new, male figure, femme queen, drag, women's. That's it, I think. It says the sun exploded, the earth has been cooked, the oceans dried, the lands burned, and yet somehow you still glow. Serve an ultra moisturized, radiant, heat proof mug like it was kissed by the last beam of sunlight. Incorporate sun, smoke, or fire motif into your effect. Now, yes, I said fire, but that doesn't mean actually bring fire into the building. It needs to be more of like the look, the colors. I'll take, burnt stuff, ashes, things like that. Um, yeah, so no actual fire in the building because that was a question that was asked. Um, Sex siren, open all sex siren, male figure, femme queen, women's drags. It says AI turned us into pleasure bots. The machines have taken over and you were repurposed as a seductive android, being it in a cyber sleek, metallic, or latex inspired fantasy effect with undeniable sex appeal. So you should be a robot, a sex bot, and you should use, something sleek, metallic, latex. Um, the material is not super important. I just really want you to look like a robot or a sex bot, some type of bot. Make sure I can see the comments and stuff. Okay. After Sex Siren is Runway, so that's new, Butch Queen European, All American, Femme Queens, Women's, Drags, and Legends. It says Alien Invasion. The aliens have landed and they are obsessed with ballroom. Walk like an intergalactic supermodel on a cosmic catwalk. Serve a high fashion extraterrestrial fantasy effect, not of this world. So I'm looking for you to be an alien, an extraterrestrial of some kind, use the textures, things that are alien like. Okay, open to all performance. New, Vogue Femme, Twisters, Femme Queens, Women's, Drags, and Legendaries. It says Zombie Outbreak. You are the last living Vulgar in a zombie wasteland. Your body may be bruised, bloodied, or zombified, but your Vogue still bites. Bring it in a zombie inspired effect. So you should look like a zombie. You should be, I guess, some kind of skin paint or makeup or some kind of zombie effect like blood, something that makes you look a little dead. Okay, you should kind of look dead, but alive, the undead. And that's for all performance. Let's see. Best dress. I have male figures, female figures, and GNC. It says the final red carpet. This is the last red carpet in history. What are you wearing? Give us an apocalyptic high fashion porn couture, dramatic silhouettes, and fabrics that look like they survived chaos but are still served luxury. So it should look a little worn, it should look torn, it should look, maybe burned, scraped, I don't know, scraped. Um, but it should still look really good. It should still look like luxury. It should still look, very fashionable and put together. Um, and so we got 3 trophies for that: male figure, female figure, and GNC. Next is Bazaar. It says genetic experiments gone wrong. A science lab exploded, and now you're the beautiful mistake. Bring us a bizarre silhouette with mutated limbs, asymmetry, and science fiction elements. So you should be some kind of mutated person. You can mutate with like an animal, you mutate with nature, exaggerate limbs, make your arm drag down on the floor. I don't know. Give yourself a third leg, whatever you want to do. It just needs to be some type of mutation. Realness. Realness. Junior Femme Queens and Femme Queens, it says the matriarch of the safe zone. You let the safe zone for you run the last safe zone for girls like you. Regal, resourceful, untouched. Bring it with a pamphlet with information about your safe zone or shelter. So the look is pretty much up to you. You should just look like you run the place. It should be, I guess, somewhat business casual or executive like, and you should have a pamphlet about a safe zone for girls like you. Those are the That's what I'm asking for. So you should have a pamphlet. If you don't have a pamphlet, it is chopped. So that's something that you can pass out. Okay. Drags. It says the pageant prophet. They say she performed through the fire. Now people follow you like religion. Bring it in a scorched tiara, melted trophy, or ceremonial prop proving your final show changed the world. So for that one, I'm looking for you to be a pageant. It should be like a pageant. So maybe like a sash or a tiara. It should be like broken, worn, torn, melted. Um, it should look distressed in some sort. Okay, that's what I'm looking for. Pretty boy. It says sweet face survivor. You're always the one they say first, but this time your lover was left behind. Bring it with a personal keepsake, a love letter, stuffed animal, or something that shows emotional depth and backstory. So it should be something that was significant to you and your partner who has not made it through the world ending. So that's what I'm looking for. I mean, anything. It could be, like I said, a letter, a stuffed animal, a picture, a anything that shows some kind of emotional depth to the relationship that did not make it. Schoolboy, the sirens hit during math class. You never made it home. Bring it with your backpack and school issued paperwork. So I'm looking for a report card, a detention slip, a hall pass, anything that is school related, progress report. You got sent to detention, whatever it is, marked with the date the world ended. So the date is up to you. Thugs. The old gang failed, but you built a new one from the ashes. Bring it in a street coated accessory turned survival tool. So a bandana, gas mask, weaponized belt, bulletproof vest, some kind of survival um, tool or object, accessory, something like that should be in your effect. Executive, while the system collapsed, you quietly built a new empire. Bring it with a company issued ID or a profit report predicting global collapse. So you should either have your ID or you should have a global, I'm sorry, a profit report. A company issued ID or a profit report is what you should have as an executive. Trans man. You are skilled in moving unseen between broken cities, a silent protector. Bring it with a marked map, compass, or handmade tool, proving your role in navigating danger and guiding things. So you should bring something that helps you navigate through the world after it ended. So a map, a compass, anything, something that you made that looks like it can get you where you need to go. Every day, post apocalyptic worker B. The world ended, but your job never did. The grid is down, the sky is black, the cities are dust, and you're still showing up for your shift like you got rent due. Bring it in a work uniform. That is completely up to you. I don't care where you work, what you do. I should just be able to tell that you're going to work. It can be fast food worker, blue collar worker, farmer, whatever you want to be. Uh, where was I? And then legendary, of course, just bring it like whatever category you were deemed legend for. Next up is commentator versus commentator. It says battle on the emergency broadcast. TV is dead, internet is gone, only the radio broadcast remains, and it's your turn to take the mic. Bring original bars full of chaos, urgency, and shade, like your voice is the last voice Earth will ever hear. Your chant must include the word emergency. Emergency is the word you must include in your chant. Jay said, I got a couple questions about Jay said in my inbox. It says, the South survived, the world fractured, but the dirty South still marched on. Bring it in a majorette look, that drum line. Wait, hold on. Bring it in a majorette look that's drumline approved and end of days fabulous. Twirl like you're leading the final parade through Georgia. So this is two things. You should have the majorette look. You should be in a majorette look that looks kind of worn, torn, end of days, burned, scraped, something that looks end of days. And then you need to march in. So there's two things for Jay say. You must march in and you must have the effect that looks worn or torn or end of days like. Cunt versus cunt. Cunt versus cunt. Eternal film of the ice age. The world has frozen over, but your femininity stayed hot. Bring it and glide in winter inspired software. So think fur, flowy silks, and sheer frozen fantasy. So it should just give ice age or wintry furs, leathers, anything that it gives winter time, but still kind. Okay, ice age. Now footwear, it says crystallized chaos, and that footwear does that sneaker versus sneaker, boots, stiletto, all of those. Crystallized chaos, the earth cracked, the crystal began to grow, unstoppable and beautiful. Bring it in a creative footwear that looks like it was forged in a crystal covered world. So your shoes should be crystallized. There should be stones, crystals, um, I don't know, glass shards. I would accept like mirrors, reflective, something crystallized. Mhm. I'm gonna skip that. Okay, so Kiki Labels. I got some questions about that too. So luxury after life. It says the fashion houses are gone, but their logos lived on. You scorned the ruins, dug through ash, and found the last remains of the designer world. Choose a Kiki brand and reinterpret their aesthetic as if it evolved in the apocalypse. This is not about wearing their actual pieces, it's about transforming their DNA into a post apocalyptic fantasy. Bring a photo for reference. So I got some questions about this. So, what I'm looking for Kiki Labels is for you to really just take the aesthetic of a brand. So if you like look up any Kiki brand or affordable brand that, like, if you look up their ads and Google like what their ads look like, and so like that aesthetic of that ad, and I want you to just take that and recreate it with some type of end of the world or like survival elements. So, if you add like a gas mask or some type of, bullet vest or utility belt or, harness on your leg or whatever you need to do to make it look like, it's like you're in the post apocalypse. Okay. But it still needs to look like that brand's aesthetic. So we all know like Adidas tracksuit. So if you take a Adidas tracksuit and take that aesthetic and turn it into a survival tracksuit, something like that. Um, if you still have any questions, hit my inbox or hit the comments. I can't see none, so I'm not really sure. But yes, so then hand performance, it says a quiet place. Speech is gone, hands become language. With gloves, wrappings, or body paint, your hands performance must be sharp, intentional, and story driven. So you really just need to have something on your hands. It needs to be a glove, wrapped up, body paint, whatever you want to put on your hands, but there needs to be something on your hands. Streetwear. It says gas mask, city kids. The city air will kill you, but you're still in the streets. Serve us a layered look with filters, masks, visors, or reworked industrial pieces. So I'm looking for a layered look. That's one. It needs to be layers to the look. And then you need to add again some type of mask or visor or something that covers your face, to protect you from the gas in the air. Okay. House dress code. It says couture refugees. The world ended, but your house escaped in style. You're a traveling tribe of survivors who fled the ruins in designer fantasy. Mismatched, layered, distressed, but still undeniably fly. Bring us a cohesive house fashion moment that tells the story of your survival, elevated through silhouette, detail, and attitude. So for that, I'm just looking for, it needs to somewhat look like y'all survived something and y'all are traveling somewhere as refugees. Whatever that looks like is really pretty much up to y'all. But it still needs to be fashionable first and foremost because it is a fashion category. That doesn't necessarily need to be worn, torn, or any of those things. It just needs to be. I don't even know how to describe it necessarily. If y'all look up end of the world, or refugees, I think y'all can come up with your own aesthetic on what that looks like. Still needs to be survival est as well. Then we get into the fun categories that I really just wanted us to do something that we hadn't done before, and have a good time with it. So I wanted to do face with no face. So essentially, that's just a category that if you don't necessarily walk face or don't have the structure, the skin, or anything, um, you would still walk face. And so to me, that means it's more about the sell and the presentation. Okay, so it says face with no face, last face on earth. When the world ended, beauty standards were the first thing to collapse. The filtered, the surgically perfected, and tens faded fast. But you weren't supposed to be the face, and yet here you are, undeniable, unbothered, unmatched, the last face on earth. It is no longer about perfection; it's about presence. Bring it in with a mirror fragment or reflective piece on your body, a broken remnant of an old world, symbolizing the shattered idea of traditional beauty. So I'm looking for you to wear a mirror fragment. So it needs to be like in your jewelry, a headpiece, a chest plate, in your nails, reflective, something that, I mean, you can hold a mirror if you want to. I mean, I feel like that's kind of boring, but it needs to be on your body. No one else can hold it for you. I'll say that. Um, and so yes, I just wanted to have fun with that. So if you feel like you can sell it and you got that, you let me know. Make us all know it. Um, Next up was, oh, hold on, it closed on me. The Last Shade, end of the world read off. So this is the final day on Earth, and you still have time to read. Contestants will take the mic and deliver one devastating read to the opponent before the meteor hits. So for this, it's basically shade versus shade. You will get the mic. I will give you about however many seconds. I'll say like 20 seconds to read whoever is. It's basically going to be 2 by 2. So whoever you're paired with, you got to read them. You get one chance. You get 20 seconds, 30 seconds. We'll pass the mic to the next person. They'll get 20 seconds, 30 seconds to read you back. And then that's it. The judges will pick one after that. Whoever had the best shade and the best reads after just one set, we'll go move along. Okay. Um, And then finally, the last category is hair, nail, and lash. This is something I just wanted to have fun with. Let the girls play with this. It says the black market beauty. When the world ended, so did access to beauty supplies. No bundles, no glue, no acrylic, no mink lash shipments. And yet here you are, serving scalp, claw, and lash like nothing ever stopped. You're the last beauty technician alive, a post-apocalyptic glamour hustler. Bring a look where hair, nails, and lashes are all present, exaggerated, and handcrafted. No subtlety, no excuses. Show how finesse fab in a world where beauty aisles no longer exist. So you need to emphasize your hair, your nails, and your lashes. They need to be like a bold statement. It's about presentation and how you sell that. Um, so that category is going to be for $500. Um, right now, I will add a couple other grand prizes leading up to the ball. But for right now, hair, nail, and lash is for 500. Um, and I just really wanted to have a good time with that. Like I said, I wrote all of these categories. I felt like were pretty simple. I know some of them were worded complicated. So, like I said, if you misread it or you have any questions or concerns about what you were already doing and what I just said on the live, hit me up and I will go over that with you. Um, but yes, the ball again. I'm about to update the event page with the actual venue and location and address after I end this live. So y'all know where that ad is, actually off of 30 and Westmoreland. So it's not too far. It's in the city. Kind of, I guess was that West Dallas? I don't know what that is. I assume West Dallas. But yes, my inbox is open. There will be a bar. There will be security. It is $20 to get in. If your house has bought a table, I say thank you. Everything will be ready for you on the table. I didn't say what was going to be on the tables because honestly, as of right now, I'm still unaware. I am waiting to hear back from the people that are taking care of the food and stuff like that. Um, but again, I will update the event page and tell y'all what that is as I confirm it. Um, I'm really excited. This is the 4th year, as y'all know. And so I'm ready to, keep it going. If y'all have any questions, any other concerns, hit my inbox. If I didn't answer any questions that y'all had, hit my inbox. And that's really all I got. I don't want to keep this too long. We've been on here for about 25 minutes. Yes, y'all have a great night, great weekend. Stay safe, drive safe.